Canada is on the verge of a defense revolution, considering a bold proposal from Sweden's Saab to build advanced Gripen fighter jets and globalize surveillance aircraft on Canadian soil. This isn't just another contract, it's a potential turning point in Canada's defense and industrial policy, challenging decades of reliance on U.S. military hardware. Saab's offer could give Canada unprecedented control over its own technology and defense production. The world is watching as Ottawa weighs a decision that could redefine its relationship with the United States and reshape its role in NATO. For Prime Minister Mark Carney's government, this is about more than jets, it's about Canada's identity and sovereignty for the next generation. The choice between the American F-35 and a Canadian-built Gripen has become a symbol of a larger national conversation. Will Canada deepen its reliance on its powerful southern neighbor, or seize the chance to build a sovereign defense industry? Washington is watching closely, aware that a Canadian pivot could disrupt Allied defense procurement and interoperability. This is a geopolitical moment with global consequences. The decision in Ottawa will echo from the Pentagon to NATO headquarters and beyond. Canada's quest to replace its aging CF-18 Hornets has been a saga of political debate, delays, and shifting priorities. The F-35, long the frontrunner, promised cutting-edge stealth but came with soaring costs and controversy. Despite years of investment, the full order for F-35s was never finalized, leaving the door open for alternatives. Enter Saab, offering not just jets but a deep industrial partnership, building Gripens in Canada for Canadians. Recent trade tensions with the U.S. have made Ottawa rethink its reliance on a single ally. Saab's proposal landed at the perfect moment, tapping into a growing desire for Canadian autonomy. The Gripen E isn't just a capable aircraft, it's a pathway to greater self-reliance. This narrative has reshaped the debate, forcing the government to seriously consider an option once seen as a long shot. The choice now stands: stick with the familiar F-35, or embrace a new era of Canadian-made defense. The stakes have never been higher. Saab's proposal is clear: build Gripen fighters and globalize surveillance systems in Canada, creating over 12,000 high-quality jobs. This made-in-Canada approach is a powerful answer to economic uncertainty and a shrinking manufacturing sector. The government is reviewing Saab's offer alongside final F-35 negotiations, putting pressure on Lockheed Martin to match the industrial benefits. Washington is uneasy, fearing a Canadian shift could undermine decades of defense integration. The F-35 program is built on Allied interoperability. A Canadian rejection would be a blow to that model. Saab's offer goes further, promising full technology transfer and giving Canada control over upgrades and maintenance. Unlike the F-35, where the US holds the keys, Saab is offering Canada true technological sovereignty. This is a game-changer, forcing Ottawa to rethink what it wants from its biggest defense procurement in a generation. The promise: Canada could finally own its fighter jet program. For the Carney government, this decision is a defining test of Canada's vision for its future. Choosing a non-American fighter, built in Canada, would be a bold statement of independence and sovereignty. The push for autonomy is rooted in both national pride and practical concerns. Relying on foreign-controlled technology can create vulnerabilities in a crisis. Saab's offer to transfer full technological control directly addresses these fears, promising the Royal Canadian Air Force true operational independence. Opting for the Gripen would also diversify Canada's defense partnerships, strengthening ties with Europe and positioning Canada as a more globally minded power. But the risks are real. Straining the U.S. alliance could have political and economic consequences. The F-35 is the safe, conventional choice, maintaining the status quo with the U.S. The Gripen is the bold, nation-building project, potentially a victory for Canadian workers and sovereignty. The stakes for Prime Minister Carney are enormous, with the decision set to define his legacy. Ottawa must weigh independence against the risks of disrupting its most important alliance. Saab's proposal isn't just about jets, it's about jobs and economic renewal. Over 12,000 high-skilled positions would be created, revitalizing communities and the aerospace sector. A Canadian-built fighter program would spark a vast domestic supply chain, injecting billions into the economy and fostering new technological expertise. The deal could make Canada an export hub, building and selling Gripen and GlobalEye aircraft to allies. This would transform Canada from a consumer to a producer and exporter of advanced military technology. The potential revenues could offset procurement costs and generate long-term returns. Saab frames this as an investment in Canada's future, building a national capability that pays dividends for decades. It's a sharp contrast to procurement models that see money flow out of the country with little long-term benefit. The debate is true value found in upfront cost, or in long-term prosperity and industrial growth. At the heart of Saab's proposal is a partnership with Bombardier, a Canadian industrial icon. Gripen fighters and GlobalEye aircraft would be assembled using Bombardier's world-class facilities and workforce. The GlobalEye system already uses a Bombardier jet as its platform, making this collaboration a natural fit. For Bombardier, this is a chance to secure jobs, drive innovation, and reclaim its place as a global aerospace leader. The government sees this as a major advantage, supporting a national champion while meeting defense needs. The Saab Bombardier team would provide not just assembly, but long-term support and upgrades, keeping expertise and benefits in Canada. This would anchor a significant part of Canada's defense infrastructure on home soil. The project would inspire national pride and a new generation of engineers and innovators. It transforms a defense contract into a nation-building enterprise. Canada isn't the first to face this choice. Other nations offer valuable lessons. Saab's success in Brazil is a powerful precedent: full technology transfer, local production, and a thriving aerospace sector. Brazil now builds its own Gripens and is a partner in future development. A model Canada could follow. In contrast, countries like Switzerland have faced rising costs and political debates over the F-35, with US-controlled supply chains creating long-term challenges. These examples validate Canada's cautious approach, highlighting the trade-offs between technical performance and industrial sovereignty. The F-35 offers unmatched interoperability with the US, but at a cost. The Gripen offers capability, affordability, and full control. There's no single right answer. Each path reflects a nation's priorities. Canada must now decide advanced technology or a self-reliant industry. Across Canada, experts agree this debate is about more than just airplanes. It's about the country's industrial future. Saab's promise of full technology transfer is seen as a game changer, giving Canadian engineers the power to innovate and upgrade independently. This level of autonomy isn't possible with the F-35, where upgrades are dictated by a US-led program. But some warn that interoperability with the US is the bedrock of continental defense, and flying the same jets as the USAF simplifies everything from logistics to tactics. Choosing a different platform could introduce new complexities and costs in the US-Canada defense relationship. The analysis highlights a fundamental tension: industrial sovereignty versus the realities of a deeply integrated alliance. Both paths have been taken successfully by other nations, but they lead to very different futures. The government's decision will shape Canada's defense, industry, and alliances for decades. The debate is fierce, and the outcome will be studied for years to come. The choice: be a customer or become a partner in building the future. As Ottawa prepares to decide, the question is no longer just about jets, it's about Canada's identity. Will the country reinforce its alliance with the US by choosing the F-35, or declare a new era of self-reliance with the Saab Gripen? This decision will shape Canada's defense, industry, and global standing for the next 50 years. The F-35 means interoperability and alliance strength. The Gripen means sovereignty and domestic growth. Both options carry risks and rewards, and both have passionate supporters. The weight of this choice rests with the Prime Minister and his cabinet. It's a national conversation, touching on jobs, security, and the country's future. The debate forces Canadians to ask, what kind of nation do we want to be? As the final announcement nears, the choice is clear: security through alliance, or independence through innovation. The path chosen now will define a generation.